Good morning. Today topic is induction machine, and in the last class, there is a construction of induction machine is over, and the working principle of induction machine is over. In construction, we learned that starter and starter there is a starter frame. Under starter frame there is a starter core, and starter core slots are placed. In slot there is a armature winding, and rotors are two different types. One is squirrel cage slip ring rotors. In squirrel cage rotor there is a low resistance, and so because of low resistance there is a high starting current and low starting torque and low power factor. So to overcome these three problems we go for slip ring induction machine. In slip ring induction machine there is a high resistance, that is adjustable resistance. That resistance is maximum at starting and minimum at running condition. So because of high resistance is available in the slip ring induction machine, starting currents are less, and starting torque and power factors are more in the slip ring induction machine. So the slip ring induction machines are for high starting torque application, and squirrel cage induction machines for low starting applications. And induction machines working principle also over in the last class, and today topic is a slip. Slip S equal to ns minus nr by ns. Here ns is the stator flux speed, stator flux speed, or stator rotating magnetic field speed, ns. It is proportional to 120 f by p. Here f is the frequency and p is the number of poles. It is from because of theta electrical equal to p by 2 theta mechanical, and here is the omega electrical equal to p by 2 omega mechanical. Omega electrical, it is in form of 2 pi f, and p by 2 2 pi n by 60. Omega in electrical there is a 2 pi f. Omega in a mechanical form is a 2 pi n by 60. So here 2 pi is cancelled, and f equal to pn by 120. Pn 2 into 60 120. So it is a f equal to pn 120. So from this equation n equal to 120 f by p. So this is ns, and nr is a rotor speed. Rotor speed nr. So slip is the ns minus nr and by ns. So here ns is the stator flux speed or stator rotating magnetic field speed. Ns is related to stator, and here nr is related to rotor. Slip speed sns equal to ns minus nr. Slip speed ns equal to sns equal to ns minus nr. So these are the formula for slip speed and slip. In an induction machine, the stator parameters are constant. Under standstill condition and running condition, stator parameters are constant. The stator parameter like resistance and reactance and frequencies and impedances and power factors and everything are constant. under starting and running condition. But in a rotor, stator parameters are constant, but rotor parameters are varies from the starting to running. So the rotor parameters of induction machine at standstill condition and at running condition. So at standstill condition, NR values are, that is rotor speeds are 0. It is rotor speeds are not equal to 0. So the slip at standstill condition is equal to ns minus 0 by ns, and here slips are is equal to ns minus nr by ns, and here s equal to ns by ns 1, and here s is not equal to 1, it is between 0 to 1. Slip speeds are between 0 to 1. Here rotor resistance R2, it is at starting or standstill condition and running condition is R2. Rotor parameters are, there is no change in rotor parameters, resistance parameter. And in a reactance, at standstill condition x2, then at running condition x2r equal to sx2, and then impedances are, impedance sz2 equal to r2 plus j x2. Impedance under running condition z2r equal to r2 plus j sx2 sx2. And frequency in rotor, at standstill condition f2 is equal to f1, because here a rotor frequency is equal to stator frequency, that is stator frequency means supply frequency, but under running condition rotor frequency is different. f2r equal to s f2. Under running condition rotor frequency is slip times of the stator frequency. Here a frequency is variation from standstill condition to running condition. So the induction machine is a variable frequency machine. And after that there is a cos pi. Cos pi is the power factor. Cos pi equal to r2 by z2. Here power factor under running condition cos pi to r equal to r2 plus r2 plus j sx2. And EMF, rotor EMF under standstill condition is E2. Then rotor EMF under running condition E2R equal to SE2, slip times E2. And here current, rotor current I2 under standstill condition, then rotor current is I2R under running, I2R equal to SE2 by Z2. That means Z2 is a R2 plus J SX2. Here I2 is equal to E2 by Z2 means R2 plus JX2. So I2 is equal to E2 by Z2. The Z2 value is the R2 plus JX2. I2R equal to E2 by EMF by impedance. Impedance here is a R2 plus JSX2. So this is the current formula, the rotor current formula, and rotor current under running. The rotor currents are different under starting, a standstill condition and running conditions. So these are the rotor parameters under standstill condition and running condition. The rotor is speed is 0 and standstill condition, and rotor speed is not equal to 0 under running condition, and slips are s equal to 1. It is a very important that under standstill condition of induction machine, slip is 1. Under running, the slip is between 0 to 1, then it is a positive. If it is a positive, then it is a motor. If it is a positive, it is a motor. And the rotor resistance is R2, and here also R2. The R2 resistance will not changes with running and standstill condition. Rotor resistance are same, and reactances are reactance X2 and SX2. Impedances are changes. Only the impedances are, it is R2 plus JX2 in that JSX2. Here very important that one more topic, F2 is the rotor frequency and stator frequency same under standstill condition, but under running condition rotor frequencies are slip times of the stator frequency. Here F2 or F1 is same, rotor frequency slip times of the stator frequency under running condition, and cos pi power factor under R2 Z2. Here is one more, R2 by R2 plus JX2 and R2 plus JSX2. EMFs are the E2 and SE2, and currents are the I2 equal to E2 by R2 plus JX2, and currents are under running are different, and currents are starting are different. Okay, and next topic is the equivalent circuit of rotor. Equivalent circuit of rotor, right? Equivalent circuit of rotor. Equivalent circuit of rotor. In an equivalent circuit of rotor, so it is the difference between transformer equivalent circuit and induction machine equivalent circuit. For example, if it is in transformer, here is the R2 and X2, it connected to load, E2. So here is the I2 rotor, secondary current R2 X2. If it is a transformer, then here is the I2 equal to E2 by R2 plus JX2. If it is an induction machine, in induction machine it is not a similar of transformer secondary, because there is a variable term here is there, that is S term, SX2. It is under running condition, and SE2. I2. So from this equation, from this circuit, I2 is equal to I2R running. I2R equal to SE2 by R2 plus JSX2, or I2R equal to SE2 by R2 square plus SX2 square under root R2 square plus SX2 square under root. Okay, so in this equation, if S is taken as common in the denominator, S, then R2 by S square plus X2 square. Okay, this S and S is common, cancelled.